Anytime they need to communicate. I just want to confirm that.
Okay, yes. So please can we sorry.
Yeah. New wave. Just listen. Relax.
Peace. Peace.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good morning. And if you're watching us online, good afternoon, good evening, good day from wherever you are. Before I proceed, there's some protocols I need to take. So this is an announcement from the facility. So please take note of this. In case of an evacuation, please listen to the evacuation plan via the public address system. Please be informed that this is the responsibility of the event organizers to ensure safety of personal items brought into the event room. So this has to be read out, and now I can officially say good morning. So it's a cold room and everybody seems quiet. Have we had coffee, tea, anything? So this is, we'll do it like this. Look to the person on the left and on the right, and in your own language, no English, no French, no Portuguese, an African dialect. Say to the person beside you, good morning, you look good. And they must respond in their own language. So let's learn something today. Let's mix cultures a little bit. So say your language, good morning, you look good, and respond. I heard welcome there. No, there's no welcome. All right, have we learned new things here? So let's trade cultures and share new learnings. I'll say mine. I'm from Ondo State. I'll say Aleo Lilibe. And you will respond, oh, thank you. A round of applause for that gentleman over there, please. So, without further ado, I would like to first acknowledge some special guests in the house. Firstly, the chairman, Africa Prudential PLC, Mrs. Christabel Onyejekwe. Our colleagues and our friends from the NGX, United Capital PLC, Imagine Africa, and also our dear friends from the Hares Holding Group. A round of applause for yourself. And the special people I want to acknowledge now, my own people, the Sabivest tribe community. In the house. Sabivest. We used to have a chance, don't we? Are they not here? Sabivest. They're out. Oh, okay, fine. All right, those are my people. And without further ado, that is why we are here. I'd like to officially, well, my name is Adetola Adeduan. And I'd like to officially welcome you to the unveiling of Sabivest, an all-in-one investment and shareholder management platform designed to give investors complete control of their portfolios in one place. I think that deserves a round of applause. That is innovation. That is technology at its best. So you're talking about tracking and managing your investment, alert on public offers, access to real-time market data, AGMs, information. That is making life easier for you to monitor your investment. And what organization is bringing this to the world than Africa Prudential PLC? Africa Prudential PLC is part of the Hares Holdings investment family, a leading provider of share registration and capital market solutions with over 5 decades of experience. I think that deserves a round of applause. So we are talking of heritage, we are talking of history, we're talking of test of time, and we are still talking about future technology, understanding. So if you're listening to me online, that you should feel comfortable. This is where you can monitor your investments and everything in one place. Technology at its best. So without further ado, I'd like to take us into this session. I can only speak small English. The professionals are here to talk about the product and the unveiling and why we're here. But firstly, I would like to call on stage for our executive remarks, Mrs. Christabel Onyejekwe, the chairman, Africa Prudential PLC. Please a round of applause for her. You're welcome.
Good morning, all. They say it's a bit cold, so keep it warm. Good morning, all. Good morning. Like, try to do it the way I just did. Good morning, all. Good morning. I know it's tough. Even for me, mornings are tough. But we're here, and it's a very special day. I've been co-opted to make this welcome address, and I'm happy to make it. It's a very, very, very beautiful day. We've been so anxious about this day, and so it's a very great day for all of us in Africa Prudential. I want to recognize all the members that came in from the HH group. Our group chairman, Mr. Tony Lumilu. I want to recognize all those who are able to make it here physically and those that are joining us online. Distinguished guests, colleagues, and partners, today marks a defining moment for our company, Africa Prudential PLC. I want to believe we're not just launching a product. We're in the digital first times. So what we're trying to do today is to unveil a product with a vision of the future on digital innovation. And I take it up of Africa Prudential PLC. Thank you for coming. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. That was very, very insightful and inspiring. And interestingly, I am about to introduce another, should I say Amazon, in the building. It's in Africa Prudential is a very special organization. Okay, I am being told that we have some special people watching us online. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our directors, Vincent Oko and Sheyi Abe. They're not with us here physically, but hey, they are part of the family. So, ladies and gentlemen, to take us through the journey and this groundbreaking innovation, and she has been leading the affairs and been at the helm of this organization for the past 2 years. And it's actually interesting, the chairman, an amazing woman, and we have an amazing woman again that I'm about to introduce. So, is it really true? Do women run the world? I think they do. A round of applause to all the, no men, just men. Men, clap for every woman in the house that's making changes, breaking barriers, and just taking us. And they say the sky is the limit. I don't think so. It's just another reference point. You can go beyond that to the galaxies. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, with a resounding round of applause. I call her DCN. Captain DCN is what I call her. The Managing Director, CEO, Africa Prudential PLC, Dr. Catherine Onwosu.
Good morning. No answer. What's going on? What's really going on? MC, you did excite people this morning. That's why they didn't answer me well. Good morning. Good morning. Are we happy? Yes. Are we happy? Yes. AP team, are you happy? Yes. I am very, very happy. Distinguished guests, directors of Africa Prudential PLC, directors of health holding group companies and executives, our esteemed panelists, our regulators, our other partners, our colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to stand on the already established protocol. It is with great honor and privilege for me to stand here this morning to share insights into the strategic direction and innovations at Africa Prudential PLC, an organization that continues to evolve in response to the dynamic needs of our market. At Africa Prudential, we have intentionally transitioned from a traditional registrar company into a forward-thinking, technology-driven business solutions company. This evolution is rooted in our commitment to innovation, efficiency, and delivering sustained value to our stakeholders. A key expression of this transformation is Sabivest, the purpose for which we have all gathered this morning. Sabivest was formerly known as Invent, coined from invest and earn. Sabivest represents more than just a rebrand. It marks a strategic shift towards a more inclusive, relatable, and proudly Nigerian identity. The transition from Invent to Sabivest reflects our vision of smart, simple, and trusted investing, tailored for today's investors. Powered by Africa Prudential PLC, Sabivest is an integrated digital investment platform designed to empower everyday investor with seamless access to capital market. It brings together portfolio management, real-time market insights, direct participation in public offers, and shareholder services, all within a single intuitive ecosystem. Through Sabivest, users can manage and track their investment portfolio effortlessly, receive first-to-know notifications on public offers and rights issues, apply directly to investment opportunities, access real-time share price updates and market data. You will see the sum of your portfolio so you know how wealthy you are at every point in time. Participate in annual general meetings via live streaming. Update shareholders' information with ease. Access financial statements and historical records, and a lot more. More importantly, Sabivest is helping to democratize investment access, breaking down traditional barriers and enabling more Nigerians, particularly younger and digital-savvy individuals, to participate actively in wealth creation. Beyond Sabivest, Africa Prudential continues to deepen its capabilities across digital transformation, data analytics, and all others. Our strategic focus remains very clear: to build solutions that are not only innovative, but also impactful. Solutions that bridge the gap in the capital market, unlock opportunities, and contribute meaningfully to economic growth. As we move forward, we remain committed to excellence, collaboration, and continuous innovation. The future of investment and financial services in Nigeria is very bright, and we are proud to be at the forefront of shaping that future. Before I say my final thank you, I want to recognize Mr. Obong Ediong, the MD CEO that started this journey before I became the CEO. Thank you very much, Obong, for coming. Thank you, everyone, for your time and attention. And please relax. Enjoy the event. Thanks, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Catherine. And I know our schedules are a bit tight and everybody has things to do, so I'll keep it moving quickly. So to take us through this special product, this unveiling, this technology that has been revealed to the world to make life easier for investors and shareholders and everybody alike. And this is a little trick I would like to, listening to the MD just now. This is for the guys. You see, sometimes when we go out, maybe guys like us that don't really have too much money, but we want to try and show ourselves a little bit. Listening to the features and what Sabivest can do, I think you should have that app and just when you're in public and you're trying to make a payment or just like that, just leave the app opened on your phone. And it gives you, people look at it like, oh, this guy must be a top shot where he is. He's really locked in, as they call it. So I think, thank you for that. You just made life easy for us to flex a little bit when we're in public. So going straight to it, I would like to invite the head of products for Africa Prudential PLC to take us through an in-depth knowledge sharing of the features of this product. And I'd like to welcome Mr. Segun Adebayo.
Good morning, everyone. All protocols duly observed. Thank you so much for gracing this occasion. Madam Chairman, I'm happy to see you. My MD CEO, thank you so much, Ma, for the privilege. And Mr. Obong, I'm so happy to see you, sir. It's been a pleasure working with you as well. Thank you for laying the ground, the foundation for this occasion. That said, and my able guests, thank you everyone for your presence here as well. Today is not really just about launching a product. It's actually something much more than that. It's for us to close a loop that we started some years back. I remember, let me just take this story. I lost my mom when I was 13 years. And of course, I didn't know anything about wealth transfer or all of this transmission that I now grew up to know. But I knew then that there was some frustration to my brothers. They were always yelling and just sad. Why? Because they could not get access to all the things that she has labored for. She had some shares that were lying fallow, but we could not even trace the broker. And those were the problem that we faced. And I'm happy today that I'm solving that problem, not just for myself, but also for everyone. So the journey of Sabivest started some years back when, if you look at the capital market today, the Nigerian capital market, I was looking through the statistics maybe 1 week ago, and I saw that just 1% of the middle class in Nigeria are actually investing in the capital market. So that's like less than 1 million people are actually in the capital market. And you see the banking population, they have, every day they boast of their numbers, their own bank keep reducing, getting more people, more banks. But the capital market is there, lying fallow, and a lot of opportunities that people are not seeing. And I'm happy that we are at the center of it. But our first response was Oasis, to bring structure to the market. So Oasis was a platform to bring visibility to the investors. But after launching Oasis, I think some years back, it still didn't solve the problem. And then came Inven. Inven is the one that a lot of people popularly know. And you know, Inven, the goal of Inven was to make people who have money but don't know what to do with their money have clarity on where to put their money and how to monitor their investments. And of course, we saw some trajections, we saw growth from hundreds of downloads to thousands of downloads of Inven. But the problems still persist. It just shows that there is much more to capture in the capital market, and that's why we are bringing you to Sabivest. Sabivest is the future. It's designed to not just monitor your investment, but you can know why you are investing. You can know why you should put your money somewhere. So one of the problems, like I was stating, is the knowledge gap. And that's why Sabivest has come to solve that knowledge gap, bringing you more intelligence to how you are investing. So we're going to use a lot of AI to analyze your portfolio, to give you insights into how you should invest and what events are driving the things that are in your portfolio. You know, a lot of people just follow vibes, you know, follow one influencer online and then, you know, because, or maybe your friend is investing, let me also invest. but you don't know why you are doing that. And that's what simplicity that Sabivest has come to give everyone. And we're not just building for building sake. We are looking forward to making it possible for you to understand how to grow your money, when to sell or to buy, and also what other opportunities are available for you in the market. So that's what Sabivest is going to focus on. So we have a whole lot of features, like I said, from analyzing your portfolio with AI to giving you access to public offer, right issues, to give you events. And that event is really what really matters, because market runs on events, actually, series of events. It could be corporate actions, it could be maybe investor relations, but everything is driven by events, and those events are what we'll be capturing to give you insight what you should do or what you should not to do with Sabivest. So I'm going to introduce us to a documentary which would further launch us to the event. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope we enjoy our good time. Thank you.
Sabivest is a digital investor platform developed by Africa Prudential PLC that empowers individuals to learn about investing and access curated investment opportunities. Sabivest is a digital investor platform developed by Africa Prudential PLC that empowers individuals to learn about investing and access curated investment opportunities in a simple, transparent, and accessible way. Historically, Africa Prudential PLC was primarily known as a leading registrar in Nigeria capital market, reliable, trusted, and focused on shareholder services, though some mistakenly refer to us as an insurance company. Africa Prudential PLC is not an insurance company. We're a digitally driven capital market registrar, the only listed registrar firm on the Nigerian Exchange Limited. Today, Africa Prudential represents innovation, technology-driven financial solutions, and investor empowerment. Sabivest enables this by extending our role beyond registrars to providing digital platforms that help people build wealth through informed investing.
Sabivest is one of our enterprise applications that we're very excited to bring to life. As the Director of Capital Markets, we deal with several operators within the capital markets, and one of the most significant stakeholders are the investors, whom we call shareholders. In the past, the shareholders who have purchased shares from different companies will be visiting several registrars to understand the information around their shareholding. And so the idea of Sabivest came, where we wanted all the investors to be able to view their shareholdings and make all their transactions in terms of change of name, change of address, claiming their unpaid dividends. I'm excited about it.
After 6 months of launching Invent, one of the things that we discovered when we ran, investors were looking for more opportunities of investing in capital markets. Not just stocks, they wanted more. They wanted to see how every other form of investment could fit into their wealth strategy. And that's why we went beyond what Invent could do to bring us Sabivest. With Sabivest now, they can capture more investment opportunities. They can know what other avenues they can use to grow their wealth, and that's why we created Sabivest.
The ideal customer for Sabivest are particularly the retail investors, but they are further segmented into other areas that capture their interests. We are looking out for people who are really interested in investing. We're also looking out for people who have a good understanding of managing portfolio, and many more who try to handle things related to e-dividends, claim their dividends and many more that are closely associated to the capital market.
What you want to do is you want to have access to your shares, right? You want to also have access to view your dividends, your outstanding dividends, your paid dividends, and even upcoming dividends. Sabivest is the best application for you to do that.
Smart investing means making informed, technology-enabled financial decisions that promote long-term wealth creation and financial inclusion across Africa.
Project that. Just do me a favor, if you have not downloaded the app, go to your app store or play store and download it. Thank you very much. Very much. So, all right. So we have a special giveaway courtesy of Africa Prudential, and it's mandatory. So everybody in the house, open your is it Google Play or App Store on the Apple, whatever device you're using. Please download the app right now, and the first person to show me a fully downloaded app, we have a special, rather very huge surprise gift for the first person to download the app. All right, we have 1, 2, 3. Keep downloading, scan the QR code. We have the app ready. Everybody in the house should have the Sabivest app. Are we on? Keep downloading. Is there Wi-Fi? There's no. If somebody hotspot, there's no excuses. All right. So who is our first person to download the app? I have Mr. Anant Rao. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for him. So courtesy of Africa Prudential PLC with this very exclusive, beautiful, branded Sabivest pen. A round of applause for them. All right. So I cannot proceed without acknowledging some special people in the house, and in no particular order. Ladies and gentlemen, please a round of applause for Ifesinachi Okpagu, Director, BMCC Health Insurance Group. I have Tomilayo Esson, Head HR, Health Holdings. I have Jonathan Ebora, Registrar, ICME.
my very own Mr. Obong Idiong, MD, Hairs Technology. And some of our directors online as well. Madam Zubai Rashida, Independent Non-Director, Africa Prudential PLC. Vincent Uko, Non-Executive Director. Mr. Kayo Day or Debbie, Executive Director, Afriland Properties. Am I missing anybody? And special from my constituency, Mr. Anand Rao, Group Head, Diaspora Banking, UBA PLC. All right, so let's get into it. We're going to be having some insightful discussions, and we have some special panelists in the house. So, firstly, I'd like to welcome on stage Tony Sonny, Acting Managing Director, Imagine Africa Capital Advisory Limited. Tony Sonny is a financial service expert with experience across private equity, venture capital, and investment banking. She currently leads capital markets and advisory activities at Emerging Africa Capital Advisory. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Tony Sonny. Next is the Group Head, Strategy and Sustainability, United Capital PLC. None other than Kazim Shomade. Kazim Shomade is a strategy and sustainability professional with over 15 years of experience in corporate strategy, financial planning, and business transformation. And please also welcome the head, X-Academy Nigerian Exchange Group. That is none other than Ugochi Obi. Ugochi Obi is a financial literacy and talent development strategist with over 18 years of experience. She leads the capacity building initiatives at NGX Academy and was recognized as one of the World Federation of Exchange top 20 women leaders in 2023. A round of applause for her. And I'm sure you're familiar with this name, Head Product, Capital Markets, Africa Prudential PLC, Mr. Segun Adebayo. Segun Adebayo is the product leader for his experience across fintech, banking, and capital markets. And finally, I'd like to welcome the Head, Strategy Research and Investment Relations, Africa Prudential PLC, Joshua Omua. Joshua Omua is a strategy professional with experience across consulting, insurance, and capital markets. He currently leads the strategy and investment relations at Africa Prudential and has worked with KPMG, Sanlam, and Continental Reinsurance. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our panelists. And still acknowledging special people in the house, I also welcome Ms. Clary Green, Heads Holdings, Head BMCC, Emmanuel Baroa, Makala Rep. Thank you very much. And I'll hand over the microphone now to the professionals, and let's have an insightful discussion and a round table session. Thank you very much. All right, so directing the affairs of this discussion, the moderator, a special lady, a special friend, a special person to me. Please, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Gift Asununa.
Okay, I think this is better. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. I mean, for me, this launch has been a long time coming, and it's really interesting to see a whole lot of interest in our Sabivest launch. I'm glad everyone is here. So the discussion we'll be having today it's really important. I mean, this age we're in now is like the age of digital transformation and innovation, and for us to create a digital solution like Sabivest, it shows that we're trying to like reshape the relationship with shareholders and people with their investments. And we're really fortunate to have a wealth of, great minds that will be working with us, giving us all the insights, and we get to draw from their knowledge, and we also get to hear from their different perspectives. So I hope you all enjoy this panel session. I have my questions here, and I think we'll go at it right now. So I'll be throwing my first question to Ms. Tony. Tony, are you ready? Okay, so I'll be directing this question to you. So from your wealth of knowledge and expertise, and from a leadership perspective, how can institutions drive innovation while maintaining strong governance, transparency, and data integrity, and while also adopting how they communicate, educate, and onboard the next generation of investors, particularly the Gen Zs and the millennials?
Thank you so much for that question. Good morning, everyone. My name is Tony Sani. I am the Acting Managing Director of Emerging Africa Capital Advisory. We are a leading investment bank based here in Nigeria. I think that question is very important. In today's day and age, with our current demographic, I think a lot of us in this space are focused on building products that can address problems of the market, but also in ways that are innovative. I think one of the mistakes that a lot of institutions make, that I see and that we see, is that they focus on innovation and then later on risk and compliance. And so you have institutions that have already built products, launched them, communicated this to the market. You've already made commitments to clients at this point, build dependencies, and then you go in and bring in risk and governance and compliance. Unfortunately, by that point, you've already made dependencies, and then any mistakes that get flagged are extremely expensive and painful to fix. So I think one way to address a lot of the data integrity issues that you've mentioned, a lot of times it's not actually intentional, it's just that the product was already built before addressing some of this risk and compliance issues, is by bringing in risk, governance and compliance to the forefront. So at the product design stage, not as we call it at the product approval stage or at the product launch stage or at the product testing stage, so having those early implementations and those early onset meetings and alignments with your risk and governance agencies and internal teams while the product is still being designed, I think is very important. And then in terms of, I think the second part of the question was with Gen Zs.
Yes, with Gen Zs and millennials.
I think, as we know, Nigeria, particularly this part of the world, is a very youth focused and youth majority demographic. And I think one interesting thing that we see with the youth demographic is they're very focused on financial independence, right? So you have a lot of young people that have side businesses in addition to their 9-to-5, but they're also very focused on quickness and how quickly can I find out about this product, and is it worth my time? Does it address my problem? And everyone has short attention spans now, with social media, with technology. It's not like before where a lot of times you have people that can sit for maybe 30 minutes to 1 hour reading a newsletter or quarterly newsletter about this product. most times now, yes, we still get those newsletters, but how many people in that demographic, take the time to read it? So I think addressing the communication gap, how to catch their attention. So now we see a lot of content, social media content, so short, interesting content that can grab your attention, interactive tools that can also show you simulations of, okay, if I were to get this product or if I were to invest in this product, what can my returns look like in 5 years' time? I think that's one way to catch their attention. Another thing that we see as well is in the KYC process, right? So we have, in the capital market space, we know how long, we know all the requirements to open even the stockbroking account, right? The KYC, the due diligence that needs to be done. And oftentimes you're just following the instructions of your regulators. But at the same time, it will be hard to draw in a young demographic that can open a financial wallet or a fintech wallet in 5 minutes, and it's going to take me days. You're telling me I need to submit evidence of my BVN, my NIN, go and get this, go and get that to open a stockbroking account. So one thing that we're seeing a lot of institutions also try to address is how can we make the KYC process more seamless and quicker so that a lot of the youth demographic don't lose interest, right, and move on to other fintech avenues. Thank you.
Okay, so in summary, you're saying that the KYC process could be made like a bit short, so...
No, I mean, it should still be as detailed as possible in terms of, it should still be, because we have to get some of those KYC. We don't want to get in trouble with our regulators, but just ways to make it more seamless and quicker, because what we're finding is that you lose the attention span of a lot of the younger demographic when they find that it's more difficult to, set up or open these accounts.
All right, thank you so much, Tony. So my next question is for you, Kazim. Kazim, are you ready for me? Are you sure? Okay, Mr.
I'm ready.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm reading from here now. So how can digital platforms help bridge trust gaps between shareholders and market operators today? And what key innovations will shape shareholder engagement over the next 5 to 10 years?
Okay, all right. Thank you. Very, very good question. But before I say anything on this, I think I would like to appreciate Catherine and her team, the AP team. This Sabivest has long been coming. I remember when I used to ask, when are we launching? When are we launching? And finally we are here. So congratulations, Team AP. Congratulations, Chairman. All right. Now to your question also. We must also understand that technology, in a way that technology can be used for good, technology can also be used in the negative side. Over the recent times, we've seen different types of war. We've seen cyber war. We've seen economic war. We witnessed Trump fighting economic war with global partners. We've also seen the Iran-US war. In fact, one word that scares me the most is when they send a missile and that missile is locked to a person. If you like, hide under the ground, the missile will come and look for you. So that's on the negative side. Now, on the good side of it, technology can also be good. And I'll cite a case. I remember back then when I was in the university, in 100 level, when I entered the uni, and I opened a bank account. And after opening that bank account, I got to discover that when I got to Lagos, I couldn't withdraw that money. So, and some of us may not know that there were some days when if you open a bank account in Paraventure, Maiduguri, if you want to withdraw that money and you're in Lagos, you have to go to Maiduguri. Yes, the same branch, the same bank, but different branches. And what does that tell us? Is a case of trust, actually. So what technology has come to do is that if you now have a bank account with a particular bank, you open it in Maiduguri and you put your money there. If you come to Lagos, you can still withdraw. Technology has bridged that gap of trust, and that is what is called interoperability. Then also, another thing I would also like to mention is the area of transparency. I know Catherine might be able to remember back in the days, maybe during the AGM. These days, when you go to AGM, you hear, if you want to vote, you can press this button or your this on that. and you see it live on the screen. Back in the days, there was no technology for that. They'll be counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you hear, no, Ojoro, some people are no, and the AGM will scatter. They may not even finish, but these days technology has come to play a key role in the capital market space. I also cite a third case. I also remember in this area of technology, how technology is helping bridge the gap of trust. I have a friend in the UK, and she said she's saving up to actually buy a property in Lagos, in Nigeria, but she's not happy. Where she's keeping her money in the UK, they're giving her 2%, 3%, 4%. Highest you get 5 to 6%. And I'm like, no, why? And we analyzed it, and I told her you can convert that your pounds, convert it to the naira, bring it to Nigeria, and you can get rates as much as 16, 17% on mutual funds. Open account, and she opened the Invest Now account. After opening the Invest Now account, she funded it, and she saw her money grow. That is another area of transparency, seamlessness of operation. So when people know that they can open accounts and they can see live how the funds or how their investments, how their wealth is actually growing, then definitely we can see technology is doing a very good job. And in the second part of what you mentioned, what I would like to see in the next 10 to 15 years. No, not that. Can you repeat that second part?
What key innovations will shape shareholder engagement in the next 5 to 10 years?
Okay, great. So for me personally, I see all shareholders as investors. And I remember there's a platform currently that I use. And that platform, I'm not going to mention the name of the platform, so I don't give them free advert. On that platform is 80% built on AI. If you want to develop a report about maybe Africa Prudential right now, a 7-page report analyzing whether I should buy the stock of Africa Prudential, what is his earning per share, and including the numbers, it will totally advise you and tell you what to do. That is purely AI. Nobody's sitting anywhere telling you what to do. Then the other part also is that very soon we will see we'll begin to witness cases of strong AI trading. Cases of strong AI trading, where in Nigeria we really don't have that kind of space here. But outside the country we have that. So very soon in Nigeria we'll witness AI where Nigerians are using AI to actually trade. And you don't need to sit in front of your system and trying to press one button or the other. Then also another thing that also we are going to see in the few years to come, we are going to also experience tokenization. I don't think we have tokenization in the Nigerian capital market space, where you can have fractional stocks, where I can say I have 1.5 of Africa Prudential. That doesn't exist today, but with the invention of tokenization in Nigerian market, then definitely we'll see that. And the final one on this point for me is that, you know, I am praying, and I know we will get there, where we'll see instant settlement in the capital market sector, where you want to settle, you sell your stocks, and you want to get your money, and you're getting it on time. I know back in the day there was a time when it was T+4, that's trading day plus 4 days extra, you have to wait. Later the regulators moved, after complaints, T+3, now we have T+2. I know very soon we'll get to T+0. Maybe that's where we'll get to. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kazim. So I think it's safe to say that Africa Prudential is using technology in the positive lights, right? Please clap for Africa Prudential. Okay, so I'm coming to you, Gochi. Are you ready? Okay, so I'm reading through now. How can collaboration across capital market stakeholders drive innovation, and how can communication be simplified to attract younger and first-time investors?
Thank you. Thank you, Gift. You know, Kazim, yes, we're also working towards that T+0. We're all looking forward to it. But let's celebrate what we have now. Just speaking to what Kazim has said earlier about when you open an account in Medugri and you're in Lagos, you have to travel back. I went to a bank and they were wasting my time. So I made fun with the cashier, with the customer service. And I said, do I have to give you or take a tally? And the guy looked at me and said, please, what's a tally? And that got me laughing because, my goodness, I'm not that old, but that generation, you understand what I was talking about. So yes, you talk about collaboration, correct? That is the very architecture on which the capital market is built. And let me bring it home. Sabivest, could you have done this without collaborating with other stakeholders? There's no way. No matter how established an institution is, you must collaborate with everybody, all the stakeholders involved. Everybody, nobody, you don't assume for any stakeholder. You must bring them all in a room and discuss and get their needs for it to work effectively. Most importantly, you talk about communication with the younger generation, right?
Yes, yes.
Now, that's a very critical thing because no matter the application or the technology we have, if it doesn't speak their language, we've lost them. If we're thinking with our own mindsets, we've lost them. There's no way we can get them in. I'll give you an example, and very basic. It just caught my attention. There's this eatery my nephews and nieces, they love. So to treat them, I always take them there. And when I get there, they have an app. For goodness me, I'm technology savvy. I am. I'm sorry. But I pull out my card, and they'd say, oh no, we've got an app now. I said, okay, do I have to? They said, no, put your money in the wallet. And I'm like, you've lost me. And so I got in there. There's quite a queue. And I saw these youngsters. They all came in. It was a holiday. And I was like, yeah, okay. And the guy just brought out his phone. Because I was wondering which card he's going to use. Obviously not residing in Nigeria. His app. And put keyed it in and got paid. And I'm like, Gucci, you're still here? I said, this app, well, let me download it. What I'm making is, they spoke their language. They attracted those kind of people. And in looking at the reward they had, it was very good. So that's a language that generation understands. So we've got to look at our language in the capital market. Let's be truthful. When you say market capitalization, do they understand what we're saying? So we need to break it down so that an 18, 25-year-old will understand that my first 1 million, or my first 50, or my first 30, I can invest this in the capital market. Then it needs to be broken down, the language. Second is channel. Let me ask a question. If you're doing IPO and you go and carry prospectus and give to a 25-year-old or 18-year-old, you've lost them. So that's why, the first thing you would think of is technology. Can I download an app that can buy your shares? Would that app tell me, oh, in a matter of 2 years or 3 years, this is how much you will get? And they will key in once they know that it's benefits. Why do you think crypto is really selling, if I have to use that word, in their sector? So we have to think of ways of using the channel in which we're projecting the capital market to them. Third is friction. First of all, we'll tell them, okay, and the person wants to come in. It says, okay, for you to come in, go to your stockbroker. From this stock, then from here, go to there. Tommy said it. You've lost them. Once there's that friction, or even if the app is there and they begin, and that app cannot speak to the registrar, cannot speak to the stockbroking firm, cannot speak to it. Once it's broken, they will dump it and go to somewhere else. So for me, and at NGX, if I may say, our investor education series, we push that out to secondary schools. So, university is a way of trying and making sure that we break this language into simpler terms to ensure that they begin to understand that the capital market isn't for our forefathers. And unfortunately, because of what happened in the earlier years, they got the wrong vibe about it. So we're going back now and teaching them to let them know that it is a great and safe place to invest in. That's what's happening now. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please just give her a round of applause. Okay, so I'll be moving on to Shego Adebayo. I know Shego has said a lot about like the Sabivest app. So my question for him is, Shego, does Sabivest have like a slogan? Like something cute and fast?
Yes.
Okay.
From the word Sabi, it means you know.
Okay.
From the word vest, it means invest.
Okay.
So when you Sabi, you can invest.
So when you Sabi, you can
So Sabivest. When you Sabi, you can invest.
So let's try it out. So if we say Sabivest, what is our audience going to say?
When you Sabi, you vest.
Okay, let's try it. Are we ready? Sabivest.
When you Sabi, you vest.
One more time. It's interesting. Let's do it one more time. Sabivest.
When you Sabi, you vest.
Please let's clap for Shego one more time. Okay, so I'm moving on to Joshua. So Joshua, I'm asking you this. Beyond the technology itself, what would drive adoption of platforms like this among Nigerian shareholders? And how can it become a trusted everyday tool for managing investments?
All right, thank you for that question. All right, so adoption beyond technology is a very interesting topic, because what will actually drive adoption is trust, like Kazim mentioned, and usefulness. All right, because if we're frank, there's no absence of platforms. There are a lot of platforms, but the real issue is the experience. All right, the experience is fragmented. You have registrars doing their own thing. Yeah, even though we're trying to collaborate, but there's still that silo system. Registrars doing their own thing, brokers doing their own thing, issuers doing their own thing. All right, and that is creating a lot of, should I say, very the experiences are not consistent across board. All right, and there's the issue of transparency. So if you are driving adoption, the first thing you need to take into consideration is trust. All right, so if I come into a platform and I can see my portfolio, and when I see my portfolio, I can see my dividend history, I can see the movement of my portfolio. I mean, that can shift someone's confidence, all right? And that can change your behavior and make it routine, because consistency builds confidence over time. And with regards to investors' confidence, it's not a feeling, it's a decision. It's a decision to plug in a particular fund in an investment, to stay investment and to scale over time, in the belief that that particular platform is accessible, is reliable, is fair, and is transparent. All right. Now, to make it an everyday life, so that's the issue of usefulness. All right. So adoption is just the first phase of any given application or technology platform. It's the first phase. The end goal is habit. All right, when you can make your platform a habit. If I can ask, show of hands, anyone that has opened their social media application, show of hands today, everybody has opened it. That's because they've moved from adoption, it's now a habit. I can also ask, has anybody used their bank applications today? All right, you will see that somebody has used their bank application. All right, so is to move not just from habits, not just from adoption. We don't stop there. Where we are going to is creating habits, and to create habits means that you need to integrate other systems to your platform. That when a user, an investor comes into your platform like Sabivest, they can interact with different products and services across different value chains, and the user is happy in just being in one particular place. So that's the end goal. Then also what will drive adoption is institutional backing. Like on the stage, we have Tony from Emerging Africa, we have Kazim from United Capital, we have Ugochi from NGX, and you have Africa Prudential, who are all endorsing Sabivest. What does that do? That accelerates adoption. It speeds things up. All right. So now to take this home, if you want adoption and everyday usage, you have to shift from it just being a platform to it being a platform that has a universe of different services and products that each user can interact over time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joshua. Please give him a round of applause. Okay, so I have one final question that I'll be throwing to everyone on the panel, but because of our time, I would appreciate if it's answered in a few words so that we can give the audience an opportunity to ask a few questions. So I'm reading the question now. So if you could prioritize one key action to build a more transparent, innovative, and trusted capital market in Nigeria, what will it be? So Tony, I'll start with you.
Thank you very much. I will focus on the post-investment experience. So making that as seamless and unproblematic as possible, so that, you know, young users or even older users are not dissuaded, especially first-time users, and they can also spread, you know, share the good news as opposed to sharing about their negative experience, post-investment experience. Yeah.
Thank you, Tony. Kazim, over to you.
All right. So for me, I think one thing I would invest in, I would prioritize is investment in infrastructure, cybersecurity, because if you want to build trust, regardless of anything we do, one attempt at your system being hacked can destroy the entire trust you've built for 25 years. So I think I'll prioritize investment in cybersecurity and finally investor education. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Funny enough, Kazim, were you in my mind or something? Because as you asked that question, I had two, which are digitalization and financial literacy and market participation pipeline, which is similar to what Kazim said. And now, in a few words, I'll focus on that financial literacy and market participation pipeline. I'll prioritize awareness, financial awareness, right from secondary school. Because if they understand from that level that the capital market is a place to invest in, and they begin to understand the benefits at that young age, by the time they get to university, you will have capital market participants already existing, just the same way that in uni right now, you have some entrepreneurs that are already ready to go even before they come out. So that's the same, that will be my priority, making sure that we have a pipeline of market participants right from that young age. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, Shagu.
Okay, I think for me, I want to steal from a book.
Okay.
First is that literacy, like the know-how. People need to be empowered. They need to know why they are doing what they are doing, and that's where literacy comes in. Let them get knowledge when they need it. It must be timely as well. So sometimes people hear about investment and they forget because they don't need it at that point. So when they need it, you should be able to supply it at instant. Then the second one is user experience. I believe that user experience, the user is the king. If the experience is bad from beginning of onboarding to the point of value or activation, if it doesn't have a good experience, then you've lost the user. And that's the goal of every product, to make sure that the user experience is sweet, is easy, and is very convenient. So that's for me.
Thank you, Shagu. And finally, Joshua, let's hear yours.
All right, thank you. I would prioritize platformization. beyond the mobile application, because when we think of innovation, everybody's mindset goes to mobile application, digital onboarding, but no, platformization, all right? Creating an ecosystem where of different services, different products that the investor needs, thereby making the application its everyday life, making your application a habit, right? When you can't do without that particular application, right? That's the success of the application. So I would prioritize platformization. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Joshua. Please can we give a round of applause to our panelists? So now we get the chance to ask our audience, does anyone have any question? We'll just be taking 2 questions just because of our time. Okay, that's one. One more person, please. Okay, we have one. We have one person.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's still morning. Okay. Hi, my name is Eunice Ukata. I lead partnerships at Hares Insurance Group. So I just want to ask, and I want to direct it to the product leader. So I just want to ask, what would you say is Sabivest's strongest advantage? Because, I mean, in emerging markets, we have a lot of these investment platforms. So what would you say is a unique advantage for Sabivest? And also, how do you intend to, sustain that? Thank you. By the way, very wonderful application. I just tried it, and it is really very smooth. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for that question and for the feedback. What I would say is the unique value proposition is the ability of Sabivest to integrate with multiple capital market operators. I've seen different investment apps. We know the one that a lot of people used to talk about, right? But one of the things they lack is that ability to integrate with every capital market operator. With Sabivest, we have integrations with Issuing House, we have integrations with NGX, we have integrations with CSCS, we have integrations with broker, and we've been able to aggregate every of your journey, right? So that interoperability that I was talking about is a unique selling point. And so if you are a new investor, you can download Investor. If you are a hold investor, when I say hold investor, someone that maybe is your daddy's dad that bought shares, then Sabivest is for you. There's no other application that can boast of that as of now. Thank you.
Thank you, Shego. I hope your questions was answered. All right, so we've come to the end of this panel session. I hope our panelists have been able to do justice to this discussion. I hope we've learned 1 or 2 things. So I think we'll take pictures now. So we'll start with the panelists first.
ladies and gentlemen, we're rounding up in 5 minutes, so please stick around. And right after the closing remarks, we would be having light refreshments outside, but we'll proceed from the front rows. All right. Before we round this up, I'd like to also acknowledge some special people in the house. They came in quietly, but I must make a recognition for them. Firstly, please recognize Dr. Owen Omogiafo, OON, President, Group CEO, Transcorp Group. Also in the house is Mr. Chris Ezeafulukwe, MD, CEO, Transcorp Energy. And also Frank Daria, MD, FSL Registrars. And Jeffrey Onoche, Exchange, from the Exchange Rat. Yeah, so before we close this, please, I need not say more than this. If you don't have Sabivest app, please download it right now. Get the app and get going. And also please follow on Instagram, sabivest.hq. And also on X and LinkedIn, X former Twitter, that is Sabivest. Please follow and share and spread the word. And finally, for closing remarks, I would like to invite another special woman in the building. What can I say? The Director of Capital Markets at Africa Prudential PLC. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bukola James Cole.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon once again. Permit me to observe the existing protocols, but I must appreciate the executive of Hess Holdings. I must appreciate my MD. I must appreciate particularly Mr. Obong Idiong as well, who started this as the MD of Africa Prudential at the time the first version was born. Distinguished guests, our directors here present and online, our chairman, valued shareholders, Sabivest community, the EMC members of Africa Prudential PLC, our regulators, our partners, members of the press, everyone here in attendance. As we bring today's event to a close, I would like to sincerely thank you all for taking the time to join us and celebrate this important milestone with us. The launch of Sabivest marks another step in our commitment to innovation, transparency, and delivering greater value to shareholders. Through this platform, investors can now conveniently monitor their portfolios, access their statements, receive market updates, and stay more connected with their investments, particularly in the community. We believe that trust is the foundation of a thriving capital market, and innovation is the key to sustaining that trust. Sabivest reflects our dedication to creating smarter, simpler, and more accessible solutions for shareholders. We appreciate your continued support and confidence in our organization, and we look forward to building the future together of shareholders' engagement. Thank you once again for being part of this special occasion, as we wish you a pleasant day ahead. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming to this special launch and unveil of the Sabivest. There's light refreshments outside, and we'll also be taking pictures with some of our directors in the house and special guests. So thank you very much and have a lovely day. ICMR team, can you please come to the stage? Frank Daria and team.
Chairman, and directors across group directors.
ICMRP, please.
Chairman, group directors. So
all members of the ICMR, please.
Group directors, HH group directors and group CEOs.
Please, our dear executives, don't leave. All HH executives, please don't leave yet. Please come forward and take pictures.
MDC,
all Harris Holdings executives, please don't leave. And our CEOs.
HH group directors and GCEOs, please.